Thank you for taking time to watch. My name's Doug. This is Doug's Opera Classics. I am super excited today. I'm going to do a Lanoguard treatment on the Escort Mexico. I've been lucky enough that the weather's been okay. I've been able to go to a couple of meets. Horrible feeling. I'm driving along and I can hear like underneath the car. It's just flicking stuff up under the car. So the car itself is a bit weird, to be fair. It's never been welded. It's been painted, but it's not had any welding done to it. So I don't want to be the guy to get in a condition where it's going to need welding. So I've done my research. I wanted a clear undercoat, which Lanoguard is. I've looked at all the reviews. It seems pretty good. So I'm going to test it out and I'll give you my honest opinion on what I think of it and how easy it is and how it went. So I ordered it from the website. It was next day delivery, which is really good. To be fair, I bought this a little while ago because they had a bit of a sale on, so I bought it then. I went for the regular kit, the regular underbody kit, which I'll show you what's in there, but I also bought a couple of additional items as well. I bought a little bit more of the spray, so I didn't need another great big tub. And I also got the injector kit as well, which is for box sections and stuff, and I'll be doing that as well. So in the regular kit that I bought, there is the applicator nozzle and the tube attachment. There is the easy underbody rust protection Moto grease. So this is a concentrated version of the spray. So you need to warm this up, recommended in hot water. You can warm it up as many times as you want. And I've dug out an old paintbrush and I'm going to put that on. It's recommended nuts, bolts, just body seams and anywhere that's going to be especially prone to things flying up and hitting it. So I'm going to put that on first. And then once I've done that, then this is the actual easy underbody rust protection spray that this attaches to. So I'll show you that when I wriggle under the car. You also get an instruction and troubleshooting booklet, which seems pretty good. I've read through that. Obviously the invoice I received, just a leaflet with other products. Now, saying about other products, I have already used the Lanoguard electrical spray, which I found to be really easy to use. I was very happy with that. I've not had any problems with the cars. Apparently it's got water dispersal properties and everything as well. So that's really good. And also, it's a really good idea. You get a little sticker, seems like nothing, but it's a really good idea for, I think, a little sticker that you put the date you've done it, you stick it somewhere on your window or just somewhere in the car, or not necessarily even in the car, just put it somewhere and you can see when you last treated it. So it's recommended that you do it every year, which if it's any good, I'll do that. Yeah, so that's quite a good thing. So I've got a bit of preparation to do. I can't lift the car very high off the ground, unfortunately, because I don't really want to jack it up. I'm just going to drive it on low-level ramps. So I'm going to put a sheet over the driveway, get the car up a little bit in the air, and I will show you, first of all, the Moto grease, and then you can go straight over it with the Lanoguard Easy Underbody Protection. So I'll try that as well. Okay, so I'm just going to put on some working clothes. You'll have to excuse the state of me when I come back. Yeah, I will see you in a few seconds with the car out, and I'll be wriggling under it. Thank you very much. The car's up as high as I'm comfortable with putting it. It should be high enough for me to get under at least the front and the middle of it to do what I need to do. So that should be all good to go. Now, you don't have to, but I'm going to put on some gloves just to save getting stuff everywhere, because I can just change the gloves if I need to. So first of all, I'm going to do the Lanoguard Easy Underbody Rust Protection. This is 600ml. I've got a couple of old, well, one's new, one's old paintbrushes. I'm going to put that on. So again, as I said just a few seconds ago for you, it's recommended that this goes on any areas which are likely to get a lot of stuff flick up, or stuff that's going to be wet, hold water and everything. It will just give them extra protection. I am good to go. So ideally, I've found straight away that I should have lifted the car up higher than it is, and that's absolutely my error. But I didn't feel comfortable raising the car or jacking the car up or raising it. Well, honestly, I've got nothing else to raise the car higher with. So this will have to do me, and I will have to put up with it. But at least I'll know that by the end of it, this has been done. So, right, this Moto grease is what I'm putting on first. As I've said, it's for joints, nuts and bolts and things like that. I've put it in hot water to make it a bit more runny, because it's good thick stuff, and you can see where it's gone, which is really good. You've got to get all these little nooks and crannies everywhere. So the idea is I'm going to do this first, and then go over the whole thing with a Moto spray, which is basically a thinner version of this, and that one has got apparently like creep properties, so it will creep into all the little gaps and should hopefully protect it. And then at least as I'm driving along and I hear things flicking up underneath the car, I'll know that they're like literally just bouncing off and not causing any problems. So first impressions, in all honesty, this stuff seems pretty good. It's going on all right. I can see where it's gone, which is obviously a great help. And this is the first time I've been under this car. I've seen lots of photos of it, like recent photos of it when I purchased it. It's the first time I've actually been under it. And honestly, the way they made these cars originally, there is so many joins and overlaps, and I think I've heard that they, oh god, I just built some. I've heard that they were originally made to last kind of 10 years, and now I've seen under this one, I absolutely get why, because yeah, there's lots and lots and lots of overlaps and little water traps in longevity. I'm thinking when they built and designed the car was absolutely not on their minds. Right, I'm going to carry on doing this. You don't necessarily want to watch me do this all day, so I'm going to carry on doing this. I'll do a little video of what I've done once I've done it, so you've got a vague idea what I've done. And then we'll get on and do the Moto spray, and I'll see how that goes on. But so far, this stuff, the Moto grease, it does seem like really, really good stuff. Right, I will see you in a few seconds, and I'll give you an overview of what I've done. Thank you. It didn't take long. I've gone over, honestly, what I can underneath the car, which probably isn't going to seem like a lot to many people, but the mistake I did make is, unfortunately, I've not got the car up as high as ideally it would have wanted to be. But look, I can see where I've been with it, which is really good. I'm now going to do the Lanoguard spray. The other side of the car is exactly the same as this side where I've done it. I was quite lucky because the bottom of the car is relatively clean. You can go straight over rust if you've got any rust issues, or you can wire brush it off if you feel better about it. But yeah, so look, it was very easy to apply, and honestly, I'm pretty pleased with it, really. So now I'm going to go over it with the spray, which I have already put together, to be completely honest. So obviously the nozzle attachment is on. There's a little circlip holding that on. There's another little circlip in here to make sure that the lid doesn't, the tube doesn't pull through the lid. This is all good to go. Now the nozzle can be adjusted for like a really direct spray or a mist. I'm going to use it on the mist setting. I did just test it in the wheel arch just to make sure. I don't know if you can see that. So that's all good to go. So this is good to use on literally anything in the car apart from the brakes, brake pads, brake discs. But anywhere else it can be used. So I'm going to put the camera at the front of the car again, wriggle under it, and just see how easy this is to apply. Now, it seems to be going on all right. I just need to adjust the nozzle because I think I've got it set still too directly. I need it more of a mist. But this has actually got really, really good coverage. So I think the advice is to go over it once and then do another sweep of the whole car again, just to cover any bits that you've missed off. Another thing that's quite good, actually, I've just noticed as I'm doing it, I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but the bottle, the container that the Lanoguard is actually in, you can see the product through it. So you can see how much you've been using and how much you've got left, which is pretty good. Now, I'm not that worried because I just want to really make sure I've done a good job. I don't want to be rigged another this again within the next year or so. But I did get another smaller bottle just in case. Now, this one should be enough for a large sort of 4x4 type vehicle, which this is certainly not. So I'm expecting it will be enough to cover this whole car and go over it again. But while I was doing the order, I thought, you know what, I might as well do it and get probably more than I actually need, just in case. It seems like there should be more to it, to be fair, but I can see where it's gone on. That whole section is done. So I'm going to wriggle to the back of the car now. Again, you don't necessarily want to watch me do that. I'll show you the other side, and once I've done this bit, I'll show you what it looks like when it's on. But it seems almost too easy to go on, which is, I will take that as a win for today. So I'm going to basically do the same to this side. What I have found is quite good with this, because it's good for like nuts, bolts, any rubber stuff, anything like that. You've not got to be careful where you spray it, which is really handy, because the way I've got the car, I'm very, very, very restricted in what I can do. Well, what I can see. I can do everything, but I can't necessarily see what I'm doing. If I had to avoid nuts and bolts and electrical stuff, that would honestly be a problem. But all I've got to avoid is the brakes, which is great. So what I did do was just blindly put my hand behind the wheel and get the top of the wings, because I don't really see it. Literally, I'll squirt it in now. I can see what the coverage is like, which is pretty good. So I didn't actually see what I was doing. I'm quite satisfied. Oh, here we go. Actually, there's a better view. Oh, I can see where I've got it. Although I couldn't see what I was doing, I'm happy that inside the wings is done as well. So that, again, I think, is that part of the car. I'm going to do the back now, and then I'll go over the whole thing again, because I don't intend using this car, unfortunately, this weekend. Although it's a bank holiday weekend, it's the Easter weekend. There's a couple of events on which I'm going to go to, but unfortunately I missed the registration for those, so I can't take the car. So the advice is to leave the car a good couple of days to let this cure. So this car after this is going to do nothing apart from go back in the garage, I hate to say. But I will be going to car events, but not in a classic car that I would like, but I'm just going to go and enjoy and appreciate other people's brilliant cars. So, right, I'm going to do the back of the car now, and then I will start at the front again and do the whole thing. But I've still got to do, which I mustn't forget, is the inside cavities, because I've got a special thing for that, and I will show you that. I'm weirdly, in a weird way, looking forward to that, because that is going to be very, very satisfying, knowing that the outside is done, but also the bits you can't see, the inside, which is arguably more important, I think. So I'm going to do the back of the car, and I'll show you the injector kit, and I'll see how easy that is to use. But I've got to say, this That's good. It doesn't even leak if it falls over. This stuff, the easy, which it is unbelievably easy, underbody and rust protection, that I've got a really good feeling about this because I can see it. I'll show you it after. Right, I'll do the back of the car and I'll be back in a sec. So the idea of this stuff is you get the tube, you thread it down as far as it will go, then you spray, and as you spray, you pull the tube out. And on the way out, it will, well, you can see it running out of holes actually, so it's definitely coming out, it's definitely working. On the way out, it will coat all the inside of that section, which is, oh, I can hear it. Oh God, it's coming out there. Yeah, this is definitely working. So again, that seems, well, there's another hole there. I'll go in there. So what I'm going to do, any little holes I can find in this car. Do you know what? This is, sorry, any little holes that I can find in this car, I'm going to shove this tube up as far as it will go and just do what they say, just kind of do the trigger and pull it out. But what I am noticing, I said it before, I know, but these cars, I can understand why they do rust and why they've rusted in the past. Because I'd sprayed that in and the Lanoguard comes shooting out somewhere completely unexpectedly. These cars are just full of overlaps and holes and panels and joints, which is a brilliant trap for water, grit, and the killer of everything, salt, which was really on my mind because I went to a show the other day and I got up in the morning and I hate to say it, there was salt on the road. It was a lovely day though, but there was salt on the road and I kind of made that decision. Well, what do? Do I bail out of the meeting? Well, I'd already said to a couple of people that I was going to go there. Or do I take a hit on it, enjoy it? And I knew this was coming to Lanoguard it. So I decided to go, which I'm really glad I did. That was Little Eastern Manor. I've done some separate videos on that. And that is an unbelievably good place to go. I'd recommend that, not only for their car shows, which are outstanding, but also they do stuff all throughout the year. So I'd recommend going there if you've never been there before. But yeah, anyway, this will give me peace of mind. I don't intentionally ever mean to go out in the salt or the grit or any of that stuff. But if there is any in the future, I get caught out anywhere, it will just give me the peace of mind that it is hopefully as not, well, I suppose fully protected, because I suppose anything can never be fully protected, but it's going to be as protected as it possibly can be. So look, as I'm going around this, I can clearly see that I've put too much of this stuff on. I can see that. Having said that, I'd rather put too much on than not enough of it. You know, it shouldn't drip. I can see it dripping. It should definitely not be as thick a coat as I've put on. But that is purely because I'm going to go around to the other side of the car. Purely because I couldn't get the car high enough in the air. So I've just kind of made the best of what I can get to. And in my excitement of using it, I've clearly used too much of this stuff. But it's not going to do it any harm. Say it's going to have plenty of time to cure because I'm not going to use the car, well, unfortunately, over this whole weekend, and then I'm working all next week, so it's going to be in the garage for a good week or so, and then that should give this plenty of time to dry, and it cures over a period of time, so that'll be good. But if you do use this, honestly, do not use it in the quantities that I've been using it. You just don't need to do that. This is all a learning curve. This is the first time I've done it. And I think from what I've seen, honestly, I will be doing this again. So you're meant to do this every year. We'll top it up every year, because once it's done, isn't it? And then you can like top it up. So I will be topping it up. As I showed you earlier, you get that brilliant little sticker. I thought it was a really good idea. A little sticker that you put in and put the date that you've done it to remind yourself. So when I do the top up, in all honesty, I probably won't wait. I'll do it before the car goes away for winter. I strongly suspect I'll probably do it then. But I've learned, I suspect with this stuff, less is actually more. You definitely don't need to slather it on like I've been doing. Right, so I'm going to carry on doing this. And then at the end of it, I'll just give you a little roundup and I'll give you my full, honest opinion as to what I think of this. Thank you. I've noticed some areas that I've missed. So I thought I'd come back and do them. To be honest with you, I'm surprised I missed anything because I've gone over a lot of times. But if I've got the car up and I'm doing this, honestly, if I see anything I've not got, I might as well get it done. It's just these front sections here. I don't know how I missed this. I think I was concentrating on the box sections. So I'll get this done, and then what I'll do, I'll kind of go front to back under the car, just so you can see. You'll have to excuse what I've done though. Please forgive me for clearly using too much of this, but honestly, I don't care, because it is done, and it's just peace of mind for me knowing that I've had a go, I've done it. I've been waiting for some nice days. This is the first nice day that I've honestly had a chance to do this where there hasn't been a car meet on. Although this has been and kind of is my priority, using the car and seeing other people's cars and talking to other people in the car community has taken priority over this. But this is done. It's difficult to know when to stop because honestly I'm quite enjoying it under the car. So I've not been under this car before, so I'm enjoying looking at it. I've got to say it's a great way to get to know your car. I know, like, I've read something once. They say if you buy a car, it's a good idea to ask the people if you can wash it because you'd have a really good look at it. Sounds like an odd thing to say, but I can understand that. The closer you get to a car, the more involved you get with it. And I've seen bits on this car that I didn't really, well, I knew it had an underneath, but I didn't exactly know what it looked like. I'd seen pictures of it, but when you see it in the flesh, it's quite satisfying really to see what you got. Okay, so I'm going to have a little tidy up and I will show you the underneath of the car, so you can see what I've done to it. And then I'll just do a little wrap up and let you know what I think of the whole thing, yeah? Okay, thanks very much. Right, so if you do this yourself, it probably shouldn't look anything like this, right? But this is what I've done to my car. I keep saying it, but absolutely 100%, I would absolutely recommend that you get your car much higher than mine is. That was the problem. I should have seen it coming, but I persevered, and look, I've got it done. So I'm happy with that. So the thicker bits you can see is the Moto grease. which we put on first. Then the rest of it, the shiny bit, is the spray, which we did second. And then I did the box sections, and obviously it's the box section bit that has kind of made a mess on the sheets. So I'm really glad that I put the sheets down on the drive. Not that I'm precious of the drive or anything, but I don't particularly want kind of Lanoguard all splattered all over it, although I'm sure it'll just wash off, but I don't know. I don't really want to have to deal with that afterwards. So that's all done. So the end results, I know you're not asking me, but I'm pleased with it. So I can see where it's gone on. Really good stock with Moto grease. So you're satisfied that you've got all the joints and everything and the nuts and the bolts and stuff. I could see straight away the spray kind of creeping into stuff. The most satisfying bit for me was doing the bits I couldn't see, which was the box sections. Again, like I keep saying it, but if I can give any advice, I will. I should have got the car further off the ground, because the problem was I couldn't really hold the spray far enough away to give it that really fine mist that it needed. So it's gone on a lot thicker than it should have done, but I'm fine with that, because in my head that's even more protected. I'm not going to use the car for a week or so that will just cure over a period of time. So that's really good. The only thing I need to do now is fill out this little bit of paper with the date, so I'll put that on. I'm not going to put it in the car. I've got a little window here in the garage, so I'll stick it on that to remind me. The last thing I would say is, look, if you're thinking of doing the Lanoguard to your car, the underbody thing, if you follow the link below, if you click the Lanoguard link on there, you'll get a £5 discount on the kit that I used. There are other products there. I'd say I've used the Moto spray for the electrics, which is really good. I'd recommend that. But yeah, if you follow the link below, you can get a £5 discount on the one I used. If you haven't already subscribed, if you could please subscribe, that'd be brilliant. Follow my journey into cars. Let me know of any car meets that I might be missing around about the Essex area. Yeah, happy motoring, keep safe, and I will hopefully see you soon. Thank you.